Welcome back. Karl Anthony Towns making his return to Minnesota. The Knicks and the T-Wolves actually had like a funky preseason schedule right after this trade. But this is the first time Karl Anthony Towns is playing against the T-Wolves in Minnesota. We got a good one here. It's Julius Randle, the other part of that trade. Can't wait till he gets his because the T-Wolves already played the Knicks in New York. This feels a lot more special. Cat played his whole career in Minnesota. What up, y'all? I'm yours truly, the one and only Pharaoh. We do this every night of the NBA season. Essentially, we react to a highlight. I'm not just going to sit in the bottom corner of your screen and say nothing. You get a little commentary with your highlight, though. We talk the game of basketball. It's a very long season, and we have a little fun with the product. Minnesota, New York. Two teams that came into this season with high expectations. New York has been pretty okay. I thought they've underachieved a little bit. I'm going to give them some grace, though, until they get Mitchell Robinson back in that lineup second half of the season. Minnesota's been pretty much healthy. They cannot find their way offensively as their former guy, Cat, nails that three. They're having a hard go of it. Randle came out firing against the Knicks in this one. I did not watch this game, but I heard, I saw a clip from Charles and company and Shaq at halftime, Kenny and Leflo, and they were pretty much saying how they knew this would be a bad game for the T-Wolves in the second half because Randle, as you've seen so far, is going berserk right now, but nobody else was in rhythm for Minnesota as McDaniels nails the three. Now, I want y'all to know who I am. I'm an honest person. I sit by bad takes that I make. Usually I'm good, but sometimes I got bad takes. I'm human. I believe the Knicks lost the trade against the T-Wolves. I think getting Randle will suit better for Minnesota come playoff time, as Anthony Edwards' beautiful spin move there to put the T-Wolves up 7. I believe that the T-Wolves won the trade against the Knicks. I like Randle a little better than I do Cat, acknowledging that Cat's more talented, but I don't like his motor. With that being said, so far, I have been wrong. Beautiful dime there from Randle, but overall, as Nickeil Alexander-Walker gets the finish, overall, Cat has been better with the Knicks than Randle has been with the T-Wolves, if I'm being honest and unbiased, as Bridges goes in one. I do think that will work itself out playoff time, but the T-Wolves got to get to the playoffs first, and they haven't been great. They have not been great coming off of their Western Conference Finals run. The other part of that trade, you saw Dellavedova get a deuce. I said Dellavedova, Lord have mercy. Dante DiVincenzo get a deuce, and then Cat goes and gets a deuce.
Snatches it back. For the Knicks just beating Minnesota to the 50-50 balls. And Anobi.
Knicks are up 14 here. They've taken advantage of a pretty cold T-Wolves team now in the second. Randle has cooled off, and the Knicks have heated up. Look at, there you go. He's shaking. He all that. Mikal Bridges for three. Uh-oh, and then there's that big fella. By the way, y'all see I'm sporting my Tennessee Vol gear. My Vols got a big game this weekend against the Ohio State Buckeyes in the college football playoff. As Towns goes and gets another. Oh, he's cooking now with fish grease. They played Cat a beautiful video package. And y'all know I hate NBA video packages because it feels like everybody gets one. I actually think Cat deserved his. Spent his entire career with Minnesota. That's like 10 years. I feel like I'm getting so old. Made it to the Western Conference Finals after last year. Never wanted to be traded. He definitely deserved that video package. Guy dropped 60 and 70 in the game as Edwards throws it down, but the T-Wolves are getting routed right now as Cat, Bridges, and OG, they're putting it on. They're putting it on, these boys. It's a 28-point game. We ain't even at halftime yet.
In the first half tonight, another turnover there. Both teams with 9.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Nas Reed, no. Randle had a great first half. I think he had 21 points by half and finished with 24. So, I mean, that's not great. And then obviously y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of
Giving them
how Anthony Edwards is playing this year, how he's approached this year. Phenomenal player, but all these damn threes. Like, let me go through and show y'all what I mean by this.
Little dip after he averaged nearly 20 last year for Brooklyn.
Randall misses a lot of layups. That's one thing I don't like about his game. Achua does not. That's the one thing I don't like about Randall's game. Missed too many damn layups for me.
Ahead of the pack, Edwards underneath Gobert. Tom Thibodeau wants a timeout.
But now they've had that time. The problem tonight is they haven't been able to get that defense going to the level it has been.
Which is
like Anthony Edwards in this game, right?
Defended. That is Towns.
Not his worst, 3 for 7 from 3. I believe it's because his team got blown out.
Inside, sneaking behind the defense.
He's averaging too many threes a game, dog.
Knicks. Anthony Edwards.
Like over 10, I think.
His offensive game going, coach.
And I just don't know how this team is going to win with their most athletic guy shooting that many threes, because essentially, as Cat nails another 3, their offense is predicated on if Ant's shooting good from distance or not. I don't like that. That's not what Minnesota had become. So to be fair to me, as I told y'all, I thought the T-Wolves got the better end of the trade. I think Minnesota would have struggled this year even if they still had Cat, because of where Anthony Edwards is taking his game to, meaning as he goes inside and gets seduced, which is what we want to see him doing, he's relying on that 3 so much. I believe Minnesota would have struggled with Cat this year if Ant's going to shoot 10 threes a game. Ant has convinced himself that shooting threes is a more efficient way to play, and it's going to provide more longevity in his career. Now, I have a question. Obviously, I can't answer this question. Did Ant get told by somebody within Minnesota that's pretty much going through an ownership change, right? Did Ant get told by somebody, yo, there's a chance Cat might get traded? To the best of my knowledge, if you listen to Ant, he was blindsided. And the reason why Minnesota traded Cat was for financial reasons. He's going to be making like $60, $65 million. If you remember, if you're a long-time subscriber to this platform, when the T-Wolves paid Cat that money, I told y'all that was a bad deal. And look how it bit them in the butt. They lost their franchise guy, their second franchise guy, their longest tenure player, because they paid him too much. If you don't give Cat the bad deal out the gate, you never have to trade him. So they got some ownership things going on. The deal with Alex Rodriguez's group fell through, right? That's just last time I got an update. So you got to trade Ant, or you got to trade Cat. Ant teeters his game to be more of a three-point shooter. I'm assuming because he thought the T-Wolves would be a three-point shooting team around him and Cat. But then Cat gets traded. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's interesting to me that, you know, the T-Wolves have definitely struggled this year. I want to believe they would have struggled if Cat was there, if Ant's going to change his game. But I don't know that for a fact, obviously. It's woulda, coulda, shoulda games. In his return, though, I want to highlight Karl Anthony Towns, a great one. 32 points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists. And he gets to watch his new squad beat up on his old squad from the bench. He's not even needed. That Jericho Sims throwing it down late in this one because of this big boy loss. Randall at 24, but again, most of that in the first half. Mikal at 29. If you love flexing your sports knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports and win some money while you're at it. That's Underdog. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you got to do is go to the Underdog website or app. You got to pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that specific game. You get your picks right, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use your boy's promo code, which is Pharaoh, your deposit will get matched up to $1,000 is available to you in bonus cash. You can't beat that. Tap in with Underdog. My promo code is Pharaoh.